Hi guys, and welcome back to Cutting Through the Red Tape. This is your girl LaShanta, and I am here. We are back with you guys with another special guest. Look who I have on my show.
It ain't all that special now.
Oh
Don't
my
do that.
gosh. Chuck, do not start. Do not start. Okay, so we have none other than Chuck the Ladies Man.
Oh
Yes, I
Lord.
said it. Yes, I said it. So we are so very excited to have Chuck today on Cutting Through the Red Tape. Chuck and I go way back, not too far because, the age difference, but we do
Are
go.
you shaming? I'm just saying, don't do that.
How? There is an age difference.
But you didn't
So,
have to do that.
oh,
You didn't
okay.
have to
So,
get
my bad, y'all. So, there is an age difference.
wow.
Between Chuck and I, but the love is still great between the both of us, and so I'm just excited to have him on the show with us today. I think Chuck and I connected probably, I would say, what, about 8 years ago, maybe 10,
Round about that. Yeah.
maybe
That's about right.
maybe
Around that
10 years
ballpark too.
ago. I started my nonprofit organization called Adult Summit, and Chuck was one of my very first speakers on that show, and he's been traveling with me since then. So I'm so grateful to have him, and I could not do a show without him because I'm grateful, appreciative of him helping me way back then and up through the years. So we are excited to have you today, Chuck. How are you?
Thank you. I'm well.
Doing well?
Yes, ma'am. Nope.
Good.
Nothing to complain about.
No, absolutely nothing.
No need.
Uh, Why?
Cause you adapt. You
Mm-hmm.
don't complain. You adapt. And keep it moving.
And keep it moving. I like that. Um, it's a little harder for me to adapt.
No, it's not. You just gotta get in your mind.
Get it in your mind. It's all about your mind, right?
That's right. Mindset.
Mindset. That's good. I like that. Okay, so before we get into it, y'all know how I do. I love to just cut right through it. We are cutting through the red tape as usual. Chuck, why don't you tell us a little bit about you?
So you just want to put it on me. Um, I'm from Clinton, North Carolina,
See,
of
town.
course, and raised here all my life. Everybody knows probably my mother. She was Angela Brookins. She was the beautician. I'm just an ordinary guy. I mean, I made some mistakes in my past, but I'm trying to I've corrected those and still in the process, and never 100%. But I'm a graduate of Sampson Community College, also at ECU, information technology guy. I also DJ on the side, which is, pretty good side hustle. But I do anything to stay out of trouble and to make sure I don't make those mistakes again. If I can help anybody not to make those mistakes, I'm always willing to do that as well. Uh, ooh, that's about all that's me in a nutshell. If I'm always willing to help somebody, and I try to live every day with the golden rule: treat everybody as you want to be treated.
I love it. But what I don't like something that you said, Chuck. You are not an ordinary guy, so cut it. You need to
Absolutely,
cut
I am.
it.
I'm ordinary. I haven't done anything that no one else can't do. They
Well,
just, whether they do it or not, that's a different story. But can you do it? Absolutely, you can. You can do anything you put your mind to. It
that's
just
right.
depends on what's in your heart and what's on your mind.
That's
So if
right.
you want to continue to stay in mess, you're gonna stay in mess.
That's
If you
right.
want better, you'll get better. You're only
That's
gonna get
right.
out what you put in.
That's true. That's true. But you still gotta hype yourself up just a little bit though. Like hype yourself up just a little bit. I mean, we all face challenges. Yes, we do. But just like you said, with our mindset and the way we choose or make the choice to do either or, you know what I'm saying? It takes a special type of person to change their mindset and to do something different than what they have previously done. So to me, I feel like that kind of puts you um further.
I agree and disagree. I know, when I had my issues, I was incarcerated for a brief period for 18 months. And when I was in there, that's when my mother, she passed away. And so I'm in there. I know plan A got me there. So
Hmm.
when I get out, I can't go back to plan A.
That's
I
right.
need another plan. So I came up with a plan B. I've always been the type person that believe I'm a lifetime learner. So I like to learn stuff every day. So I've never been a person who couldn't. I just made the wrong decisions.
Okay.
And so when I got caught up in my decisions, I took accountability, did what I had to do. But I knew then, once I went through them doors and I came out, you don't got to keep that light on for me because I ain't coming back.
That's right. That's
And
right.
so I devised my plan. So when I got out, I went straight to school. And then that's started my, academic career. And so now I've been fighting back and forth for the last couple of years is to go back to get my master's because my end goal is I want to be in the academia as I get older and towards my retirement age.
Okay.
I'm just so comfortable now because when I got out, I had to hit the ground running because everything I knew had changed.
Yeah.
My mother wasn't there. I really my only support system was my uncle and his wife,
Mhm.
and so I can't disappoint them, and I can't disappoint myself,
Yeah.
and so I just had to hit the ground running. I never stopped moving, and I'm still moving to this day. I haven't stopped moving, but I just knew I wanted better. I knew I didn't want to return there, and so the things that got me there can no longer exist for
Right.
me to do something different. So was it scary? Yeah, but I always say be brave enough to suck at something new.
Ooh, I
So,
like that.
and when I graduated high school, I went to college, take from a small town. I ain't never really seen nothing. So I
Uh-huh.
start seeing all the women and all the lifestyle. I was like, whoa,
Ladies
I'm
man
losing my
Chuck.
mind. I'm just saying. So that
Woo.
landed me back home. Luckily, my grades were still good enough to get into the community college, which was at Sampson when
Mhm.
after my freshman year. But, as you grow, the worst thing you can do is always say, I'm going to take a break from school, get a job, try to make some money. Because when you do that, all you end up doing is accumulating more bills, which makes it tougher for you to go back to school.
That's right.
And so I did that little song and dance. And, some of the habits I picked up from my freshman year at school carried on back here and just they kind of snowballed and grew bigger. So when they grew big, before I knew it, I was in stuff I really shouldn't had no business,
Mhm.
and I probably I stressed my mom out, I'm sure. Um, but, once that time when I faced the incarceration, I was like, yeah, this ain't it.
Right.
I knew this wasn't it for me, so I got up out of there, did what I was supposed to do, and when I say I put a lot into it, I put a lot into it. I've got blood, sweat, and tears into my career. I don't have a job, I have a career. There's a difference.
Okay. Okay.
So I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it, and for me to throw it away for anything foolish would be stupid.
Yeah.
And I just look this way, but I'm not stupid. so I can't do it. So I just do what's right, stay out the way. If everybody wants to knock themselves out, I'm gonna say, hey, don't do that. It's gonna hurt. But if they
Mhm.
don't want to listen, then I got to move aside. I got to
Yeah.
let you do what you gotta do because I can't let you take me off my path. And some people understand that. Some people they think that I think I'm better than anybody else. I'm not better than nobody else. I still cuss like a sailor.
Wow.
I still drink. I drink a little alcohol every now and then, but that's about it.
Mhm.
But I do what I'm supposed to do, and I make sure I do it the right way because another setback just ain't it.
Well,
I ain't got no more setbacks in me.
that's true. It's a lot of people don't realize that, once you're up a flight of stairs and you come tumbling down that same flight of stairs, it hurt more to get back up and to try to get back, on that same level that you once were on. So I do understand that, and I'm glad that you were able to, what they say, get on the good foot. Is that what they say?
And just to piggyback on what you said, when you get up that flight of stairs, the easiest way down is to fall down. That's
Yeah.
too easy to go down. It
Yeah.
takes a little bit of substance to stay up there.
Yeah, it
So it
does.
just got to be sustainable.
Yeah.
So and just try not to do too much at one time. The easiest way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. Can't
Yeah.
swallow a whole elephant. So it's baby steps, but all in all, it's all worth it at the end. So now I can know that I can go anywhere. I can be proud of who I am, proud of what I've done, and my people can be proud of me as well.
Oh yeah. I like that. What you think is the hardest part about um retraining yourself or switching your life to do better? What you think is the hardest part for people, for someone who's watching that's really trying, but they've already chose one path and now the other path doesn't look like something that they can quite obtain? What do you have any encouragement for them, or what do you think they could be struggling with trying to switch over?
Environment plays a big part.
Ugh.
So if you come out to the same environment that you left, you go right back into the environment, and your environment is stagnant.
Mhm.
It's You may have all these thoughts and plans, but you're still gonna remain stagnant.
Wow.
And if you stay in that environment constantly, then there's nothing wrong with having friends who don't live like you or who don't think like you. That's totally fine. But if you stay under that environment all the time, you're gonna get what you always got.
That's true.
So in order to get something that you never experienced, you gotta try something different. Because obviously your plan didn't work because it got you in a messed up situation.
That's
And you
right.
keep relying on your own self and not being brave enough to try something different, you're going right back in the same spot. You can have all the good intentions, but, just like the Bible said, and I'm not a super religious person, this,
You better
but
preach.
faith without works is dead.
Well, it's so. That's in the word. That's definitely in the word. Yeah, faith without work. But I think a lot of people leave off that work part, and they just go with the faith part. So that's big too. The Bible does say faith without works is dead. I mean, you gotta faith it and you gotta work it at the same time. Like it's a two-part combination. So that's one thing that I have learned, because I'm definitely a faith walker myself. But I did realize that eventually, at the end of the day, you got to get up, you got to move, and you got to do something different, or you got to do something in order to obtain whatever it is that you're reaching for.
Absolutely, because you can have all the ideas in the world, but nothing's going to manifest until you put some effort behind it.
Oh,
And sometimes you're gonna fall on your face. Your effort is not gonna be, it's not gonna come through like you imagine it. But you got to keep at it, cause if that's truly your goal and your vision, then no one can throw you off of that. If
that's
that makes
right.
sense.
That's right.
So you got to put in the work. Like, I see a lot of stuff now. It's microwave generation. They want it right then, right now, and they're not willing to put in the work. But it's never gonna work that way. It's never gonna work that way.
No, because one thing you said earlier was that you put your blood, sweat, and tears into your career. A lot of people don't realize that a lot of things survive off of the blood, the sweat, and the tears, like literally, and the prayers. I do want to add to that, because when it's something that that you're working towards or something that you're working on, you have to continue to pray. Like, because if you don't, then, we all know how that's going to go down.
Yeah, definitely. You got to have faith. You got to believe in what you believe in, and you got to commit to it. Now, not everybody believes in the same religion. They believe that there's higher being, and that's fine. I'm not here to just say who's right and who's wrong,
Hmm.
but if you don't have nothing to believe in, then you'll go for anything.
Hmm.
And once you start going for anything, Joe Blow over there can tell you X, Y, and Z, and you're gonna go with Joe Blow. But Jimmy over here can tell you the same something else, and you're gonna go with that. You don't have nothing to stand firm on.
Right.
So you got to stand firm on what you believe in. You got to stand firm on morals and characteristics.
Oof.
So those are things like people people seem to fall short on,
Yes, they do. Very
and
short.
and they worship. This sounds crazy. The one phrase I hate to hear people say is "I'm chasing the bag." Why are you chasing? Because anything you chase doesn't want to be caught.
Woo.
So if you stop chasing and start attracting, then your mindset switches. So
Is this
what's for
poetry?
you is gonna be for you. And and people let money dictate them, but
They
money
do.
ain't the end all to be all. It's good, it provides you some luxuries, but if you're not morally fulfilled, then you're still gonna have a piss poor quality of life.
That's all right. With your money,
With
with
your
your
money.
bag that you chasing.
And you just trying to
You gonna
buy
be looking
everything.
crazy. Yeah, you gonna be looking crazy. Like, I don't know. I think different from a lot of people. I tell people all the time. I be going on trips, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going. I might not have a G to spend. I might not have
That's girl logic.
25K. Huh?
That's girl logic.
That
And spend
what's
it now, it'll come back at one day.
No, 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 no.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, Chuck, just think about it. Okay, so since we went there, you think about retirement. Okay, most people work up until it's retirement, right? So whenever we get up in age in retirement and it's time for us to go home, we naturally can't do that. That's why you see a lot of people retiring. They stay home for about 6 months and then they go directly back to work. Why is that? Because their body and their mind is so used to working that whenever they finally do retire, their health is not good.
Yeah.
They are unable to take the trips that they want to take. They're unable to spend quality family time because they can't. They can't walk on the beach because their legs are not stable or not good, or they're walking with a cane and stuff like that. So I tell my mama all the time, yeah, I'm finna go take a trip.
That's
You know what I'm
good.
saying? Because at the end of the day, we don't know if we're gonna make it to retirement. We don't know if we're gonna have all of this money at the end, at the what I'm saying, the very end, whenever we go into retirement, we don't even know if we'll even have the funds for that. So why not get your money and take your trips as well?
I agree. And we might not have the money to where your president going.
Listen.
Well, I had a guy explain it. Well, he made a statement. We were talking, the guy at work, we were talking. He made something that made absolute sense. He has this older guy, that's his neighbor. And he said the older guy didn't start really working and working hard until he was like 60 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So he asked the guy, "Why'd you do that?" The guy said, "Well, the way it's structured, you work all your young life
Mm-hmm.
so you can do this stuff when you're this age, but then you can't do it." So he reversed it. You know what I'm saying? He reversed it. So he did what he wanted to do when he was young. So now he's already done all that. So
Right.
when he retired, he can work, and he be all right.
And then he'll have his lifespan will be longer because he, you know what I'm saying, at the age of 60, he's now training his body to work. And
Mm-hmm.
it's keeping his body in good health and in good shape, physical shape and stuff like that. But then, you know what I'm saying, let's take for instance these production companies. You've been working at these production companies for 20 to 25 years. Your shoulder out of place, your kneecaps is gone, you know what I'm saying? And then you do get your retirement plan, and we appreciate you. We thank you for keeping it afloat. But when you need it, you're not able to use it. So
Yeah, you
I
broke
think
down.
you broke down, and then you don't really want to do anything. The only thing you want to do is rest, and but mentally you can't rest because your mind is still moving, your body is still moving, and all of that type of stuff. I told my mama when it's time for me to retire, I'm retiring. I ain't no going back.
Yeah, when I'm sitting down, it's over with. I'm
It's
sitting
over.
down. So that's like now, um, to be able to do that, I can't. I'm not gonna be able to live off $900 a month for SSI.
You,
It's not sustainable for me.
you
So now I do what I'm supposed to do. Now I make proper investments.
mm-hmm.
I don't bother my 401k. I do a little bit of crypto, a little bit of stocks and bonds. I'm not a guru by no means. I do what works for me. I can't chase what somebody else is doing.
Okay.
And so, high yield savings accounts. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people ain't abreast of that, but that's something to really look into. And what made me sit down and think about that is when COVID hit, I was fortunate enough to keep working, so I didn't have any setbacks. But that was my time to gain some financial literacy. And
Mm.
when once you gain that, understand it's one thing to have money and to work for your money,
Right.
but you have to have your money work for you.
Work for you.
And it takes
That's where I
care.
want to
Yeah.
be. That's where I want to be. I want
And
I want my money to work for
you
me.
know, and it started out me looking at a lot. Now, I'm not a guru. I'm not rich, so don't get that. I'm
Don't
none of
let
that.
Chuck fool y'all.
But I mean, it started out with a couple of penny stocks. I buy penny stocks. I made a good amount of money off Dogecoin, and it was like 16 cents a share.
Mhm.
And when it boomed, I just took 60% of that and put it into some other stock. I kept 40% just in case it booms again.
Mhm.
So I still got that hanging on. So it's just like just different stuff, and you find out through different people, you know, what to do, but don't take their word to be anything. You have to do your own research.
That's right.
So once you do your own research and start to gain an understanding, you learn how to dial it down to what works for you.
Gotcha.
And that's what people have to do. I mean, I can tell you how to build a boat,
Mhm.
but my way may not be your way because 2 + 2 is 4,
Right.
but so is 3 + 1. So there's two different ways. Two things can be true at the same time.
That's all right. That's all
So
right.
you have to find your way that works for you, and you have to, tweak it so it makes sense to you. And a lot of people think like, hey, he can do it, I can do it too, but you might not need to go that way. The way
Right.
I went to go about it how I did it. You need to go about your own way. I can give you the recipe, but I can't bake the cake for you.
Well, it's so.
You know,
Well, don't give me the recipe. Don't give me the instructions.
you just want the cake.
I just want the cake. Now, baby, let me tell you something. Last cake I made, my God,
Was it red velvet?
I don't like red velvet.
You are insane. You're
What?
a terrorist.
I'm
You're
you
a
gonna
terrorist. You
what?
don't like red velvet?
What? But no, I
I
don't.
just recently started eating red velvet, and oh my god!
And you just recently started.
Don't worry about how I got there. I'm here. I'm here. And
No.
man,
I like strawberry cake.
no, you can keep that
What? Okay. Anyway,
red velvet.
no, red
Thank you and
velvet is
please.
definitely nasty. And they put those peanuts or pecans or something on it. My cousin like red velvet. Shout out to Joni Underwood. She loves
Johnny
red.
Baloney.
But so I noticed you said, okay, so you have your career in IT, but you are a DJ. So how did you like? Cause that's not even the same category, is it? No, that's like two different worlds.
Well,
Like IT, DJ, or I guess it's all in the equipment,
it,
pretty much.
it's a
You
lot.
just-
It's
you
a lot
just-
more than that. It's
But
a
I'm
lot
just saying
more.
you like equipment. You like stuff like that. So
Well-
that's how I'm kind of trying to put it together because
Well, music is a passion of mine. So
Okay.
from middle school on up through high school, I was in band,
Oh,
and
what did you play?
I started out with trumpet, and I went to saxophone.
Oh, I did not tell y'all Chuck was a ladies' man. Now, how many men you know play a saxophone? Okay, here you go, ladies, right here. Saxophone. You already know about the saxophone, don't you?
Cut it out.
Yes, sir. We know about that saxophone. Ooh.
Anywho, enough with the foolishness, okay?
Nah, I was telling the truth. He know that. That's
Well,
why he trying to
well,
hate on me.
but music is a passion of mine. I just love music, any kind, and I like the art of DJing. I could sit there and watch it all day. I do that in my office at YouTube, just watch different people. So, I've always dialed into it because I had got a couple of partners at DJ, and that's how I started when I first touched, the turntables and stuff. But, fast forward to, more recent, I just started buying, equipment. I took the time to learn my equipment, learn it. I practice every day. I woke up 8:30 this morning and turned my stuff on to play with. This is what I do. I practice every day. And so I do put a lot of time into that as well. So I'm pretty decent. Am I better than some of the people that I look up to? Not a chance. But I'm better than a lot. And that's not being cocky or nothing.
No,
I put
absolutely
in,
not.
I put in the effort. I put in
Right,
the work.
right.
I call it staying in the gym. So I
Okay.
stay in the gym. I get my practice in, and it shows some is it. Am I perfect or flawless? Not by a long shot, but I'm always learning. So I got plenty of friends that DJ, and I always support them. Go to their stuff when I can. Of course, I'm booked a lot, but
I know that's right. You better say that. Booked and busy DJ Chuck on the ones and
that's just
twos.
my hobby that became a small business, so to speak, and I run it like a business. So I'm always professional. I'm always on time. I'm always give the people, what they want. And so that's how I sustain that as well. So I just try to treat it like it's a Fortune 500 business. It's nowhere near, but I try to treat it as such. And it's a good supplement income. I mean, I'm in the process of buying a house, and I'm got in my mind that I'm gonna use my DJ money to make my down payment on my house.
That's what's up, yeah. Well, listen, I need to know how to. I want to just learn how to do this right here, that part. You know how to with the record.
First thing to do to get started with that, you got to master being on time. You gotta get that first.
My goodness, you will not.
I'm just saying.
They always say a person that's late is a very intelligent person. You need to look that up. A person that's late is a very intelligent person because they don't. It's something to do with the brain or something. But you really look that up.
It's called not being organized.
No, it's very organized because I be up,
but you don't be moving.
I mean, I be moving. It's just that I don't know. Time slips. I mean, I'm doing a lot of stuff at one time. But listen.
Okay.
Everybody know that I have trouble with time, and it's gonna get better.
How long have you been saying that? You got faith it's gonna get better? Have you put in the work for it to get better?
Ones and twos. What is the name of your business? We not gonna do this. What is it?
I don't even have a name. I don't have a name for the business. I don't even have a DJ name. I just had to run with my name because once I started getting booked, I couldn't think of a name, so I just ran with my name, and that's just been it. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I can change it, but everybody knows me as that. So
okay. So it's DJ Chuck?
That's it.
That's it. Okay. All right. And so we will definitely we might pin his information on this show because I just cannot believe he sat up here and talked about me not being on time and knowing I am on time. Okay? Anyway, so we are going to we are going to pin his information at the bottom of the screen so you guys can get in contact with DJ Chuck and have him for your events.
And I ain't cheap now. If you want somebody that's gonna do 5 hours for $150, go with them. Cause that's not me. I'm not that person. I got too much invested. My equipment is top notch. I don't cut no corners. When it comes to certain stuff, I don't cut corners. So I'm not your $150 guy. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm your $150 girl. I just need to learn how to do. Chuck gonna teach me how to do this right here,
But
and
you gonna
I'll
be late. So,
But that's $150, so you gotta deal with the lateness.
You get what you get, right?
You gotta deal with the lateness, right?
You
So
get what you get.
150, call your girl. I'm gonna use Chuck equipment, and he gonna teach me how to do this right here.
Well, you gonna have to pay her more than $150. You gonna have to. If she got to use my equipment, you got to pay her more than $150.
Nah, we just joking. But I haven't had the pleasure of booking Chuck. I gotta figure out when I can book you. You know.
Well. Listen here, Pastor. Now.
See, and that's another thing. I can't even never come and support Chuck because every time he put a flyer up, he always instantly tell me, "No, I can't go." That's not the Lord.
I'm protecting you. That's not your environment.
From what?
You can't be in them people things preaching now. You got to relax. You got to. I don't try to take you away from your comfort zone, but you probably will be uncomfortable a lot of times.
Oh, at your events?
Well, I'm the hired help, so it's not my event.
Right.
I just provide the vibe. That's it.
Correct. Yeah. So it looks like both of us need to be on my side.
Hey, listen,
over here.
Sometimes
Chuck needs some more gospel events to DJ at. He got some Tamala Man, some Mary,
ooh,
some Jacqueline Carr.
Yeah, okay.
And we gonna mix it up and throw a little Fantasia in there. We can do that.
And a little Sexy Red with it too.
No, we're not doing
we
Sexy
doing
Red.
That.
No, thank you. Period. No, we're not. No. Mm-mm.
You probably will like the cigar bar. It's a more mature crowd.
Okay.
I kind of when I'm playing there, I stay away from that. I may, hit the rim of it a little bit because people like the music they like.
Yeah.
But it's more R&B vibe.
Yeah. So I grew up on R&B, and the last thing I checked, listen, God created me. He already knew who I was before he knew who my grandma was and them. You know what I'm saying? So he put the dance in me.
Oh.
Okay?
Not Michael Jackson.
So he created me to be this individual. And just because I preach or just because I speak, that doesn't mean that I no longer have that in me. Now, what I will say, now you're not going to catch me out there in the middle. Well, you might catch me in the middle of the dance floor, but it's not going to be, it's going to be.
Yeah, but I wish I would see you out there doing something
Well,
you're supposed to be doing.
No, why would I do that?
Grab your back of your neck. Come on, Pastor, let's go.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to catch Chuck at one of these events, one of these days. I'm not even going to say anything because every time I say something, it's always an automatically no. But what he cannot do is stop me once he posts those very public flyers with the address on it. So I'm coming.
Post to everybody but you.
Oh my gosh. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. But yeah, so you're in the DJ world. Now you do birthday parties, you do cookouts, family reunions.
I do anything. I've even did a
No, don't say anything. He don't do anything, y'all.
I do. I even did a Spanish Sweet 16. What's it called? Quinceañera?
Quinceañera.
Okay.
Yeah.
And lost in the sauce.
What? You had Spanish music?
I got everything. I mean, if I do a private event, I always ask my client, give me a playlist, maybe like 10 to 15 songs, so I can build a vibe off what you want to go.
Got
So
you.
especially with that the Sweet 16, I don't listen to Spanish music, right?
Do you speak Spanish?
Not at all.
My
I can
God.
say about 10 words.
But you was early.
Yeah, I was there. I
and
was, I was on
with top
time.
notch equipment
Yeah,
set
that's
up.
right. And I got the list of music, but I don't know how it's supposed to sound because I never
Right.
heard it. So some songs were the songs, but it was not the version they wanted. I'm like, oh my god!
Right. Yeah,
But I
that
made
makes
it
sense.
through. It's a learning experience.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so it sounded like a challenge that you was up to take.
Oh yeah, I
So
ain't backing down for nothing now. I mean, you're gonna get what you give. If I feel like I did a terrible job, then I give you some of your money back.
yeah, I need
Not all
all
of it,
full
some of
refund.
it.
Full refund.
Nah, ain't no full refund now. Ain't no way. We don't operate in
Full
that
refund.
space.
Full refund. I need all my money back.
Oh no, not a chance.
So, do you have like a set location that you play at every week?
Um, I do, but when something else comes up on that day, then I always take the something else because I don't want to be that person that the worst thing a DJ can hear is like, I know what you're gonna play before you play it because they done heard it so much. So I
Oh,
don't want to be a consistent in one consistent place to you know so I can avoid that. So
right.
I like to change up different styles and different things. Like sometimes if I'm playing at the cigar bar, they may book me Thursday, Friday, and the Saturday.
Hmm.
And so now I'm scrambling like trying to remember what I played each night before so I won't play the exact same way.
Right.
So, some songs you got, if you're a DJ, some songs you got that you'll run together, this one's gonna fit right with that, so you run it right behind it. Just like everybody, what's the song? Wifey by Next.
Yeah.
What song comes after that? Just in case, Jaheim. Every
Oh.
DJ does it.
Yeah. Why did you ask me? I don't
Yeah, I
know.
mean you. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
I ain't heard
I'm
them
sorry.
songs and so yeah.
But
So
but every DJ plays those two songs in that order, so I try
gotcha.
to avoid that.
Try
So
to
I
avoid
try to
that.
throw monkey wrenches and something different. Try and give people a different experience because a lot of people go out from Tuesday through Sunday
Mm.
and they hear the same songs all the time. So I don't want to never fall in that category.
Right. Well, that's good to know. It sounds like you are in a place to where every day you're trying to do something different or trying to do something better than the day before, and
Absolutely.
that's how we should live life. Like people are always screaming, that's just how people are, or you know what I'm saying. But my thing is, you gotta strive to be different than what you were the day before. We're not perfect people, but yet we're still supposed to be striving to be better, better than who we were yesterday.
And a lot of people they want to portray as perfect, but perfect doesn't exist to us. There's only one perfect person. And one day I will meet him. I'm not trying to meet him, soon,
Right
but
now,
one day I'm trying. One day I will meet him, but
hold your mule, Lord.
yeah, please hold him. But you know, perfect doesn't exist, and sometimes you have to good enough. Good enough is good enough,
Yeah,
but you can always best your good enough. Will you ever reach perfection? No, but you can always be better than you were the day before. So
yeah.
that's how you should. I think that's how you should wake up. What can I do different to make me better?
To make me better. That's good. What can I do different? When I wake up, what can I do different that's going to make me better than the person that I was yesterday? I absolutely love that. We got to figure out how to shorten the words so we can put that on a t-shirt.
Let the words wrap around you.
Oh, that's good.
Copywritten. It's on camera.
What? You know what?
I'm just saying now. He ain't gonna come up off me.
And I am, because once I learn how to do the ones and twos, it's going to be DJ Shay in the mix. And y'all already know I got bars. Chuck don't even want to see me on the bar
And
level
don't even want to
anyway.
hear it either. So, I mean, that goes hand in hand.
Shay don't even want to hear me on the bars because he know I go tit for tat and I'm always going to be the winner. Anyway,
I'll let you have that.
thank you. I
Ain't
appreciate
want no
it.
smoke.
Yeah, because morally, that's right. And you said something about morals earlier. People in this day and age, they are just not their characters are flawed and their morals. Like,
Mm.
what is going on with the morals nowadays?
I mean, it's crazy. I
It's
don't
like a
understand.
dog eat dog world. It's like,
But I blame a lot how a lot of these younger guys are. I blame it on. I mean, we're gonna be honest. I blame it on our generation.
oh, I thought you was going to say women. I was about to say,
No, no, no. I blame it on our generation because when I was growing up, if you had a certain skill set, then you had the people who did different stuff than what you were used to in the community. They always looked out. Hey, shorty, go to school,
mm-hmm.
stay out the way. But now, a lot of people in our generation are inviting these kids into it,
Uh-huh.
and then they get upset when the gun is pointed at them, so to
Right.
speak.
Right.
So you can't raise wolves without the rabies.
Mm.
So once you raising wolves, you're gonna have some that's gonna snap back at you, and you have to. The whole "it takes a village" thing is almost washed away. But
It
that
is.
was one of the most important things that I had coming up. Because if I was wrong and someone that knew me or knew my family knew I was wrong, they had the right to say something.
They will
Now,
handle it right then and
yeah,
there.
and then you're gonna get handled when you
And
got home
and
too.
then you gonna get handled. Yeah, that's the generation I grew up in. You got handled then, and when you got home, you got handled again.
Again, so
These
now,
kids is like, I'll handle you,
yeah, and then
and then tell my mama,
and then but the kids be like, "I'm gonna handle you," and then their parents are gonna stand behind the kids.
and they gonna stand behind their kids.
And it was so great when, they shut the schools down. They did remote learning.
Uh-huh.
Cause now you see how bad your kids really is.
Wow,
I mean, that's a reality check they needed.
it's a reality
Cause
check.
little Ron Ron ain't always right. Little Ron Ron a menace when he ain't around you. But now you got him full time. Now you get to see what these teachers are going through.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah. That's right. One of the teachers, because I work in the school system now, and one of the teachers was saying, it would be great if all the parents could substitute for at least a day.
Ooh, I like that.
If they could substitute for at least a day. And I was thinking to myself, like, they would crash out.
Ooh,
Like
I
the
like that idea.
like the parents would they would crash out.
They need to implement that. Like, have like a school event. The teachers will still be there, but let the parents get a front row view of what these teachers go through. Ooh,
Yeah.
it'll be different.
It would be different. And it's different even for me too, because everybody know Buddy. Now Buddy, I love my baby. He off the chain. But at the same time he's very respectful. A lot of these children do not have respect. And that's where it kind of like goes downhill, cuz I'm like, my God, like, can you at least, be respectful?
And it's crazy you say that because I just had a conversation with a guy earlier this week, and we were just talking, catching up, and he was like, he has a little son, probably like
Mhm.
four, somewhere like that, 3 or 4. He said when he with his son, or he just says it to everybody, when he talks to anybody, it's always yes sir or no ma'am, no matter their age. And so he said some younger people used to ask him, why are you saying sir or ma'am to me and you're older than me? And he said, I don't do it for you. I do it for my son. Because when he sees that, he knows to respect everybody. That made a lot of sense. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that idea. I was like, that's something right there.
Yeah, and that's true, because when I had Maja, and she started talking, it was just me, Maja, and her dad, and she used to always call him by his first name. And I was like, Maja, why would you do this? This is your dad. And my mama said, she's calling him what you call him. And so for a very short period of time, I had to call him dad. I had to call him dad so that she would know to call him dad.
Mhm.
So what you're saying is the absolute truth, because kids definitely mimic what they see and what they hear. Now hear me. I work in elementary. They
Man.
mimic what they see and what they hear. So I encourage you to whatever your child see, please let it be positive. Please, like, it
By
don't
all
have to be
means.
perfect, but at a young age, please let them see something positive, because whether you know it or not, they think that that's their norm,
Exactly.
and it's not.
And it's a scientific fact that, when you're young like that, babies probably up to a certain age, they learn information like 10 times faster than
Yeah,
we
they do.
learn it because they're soaking up everything.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be mindful what you present to these kids or how you talk to other people because it's going to carry over. That's why they can run around the house, they hit you, and they think it's funny. Everybody thinks it's cute and funny, but when they get older and they're still doing the same thing, now it's a problem.
Now it's a problem.
You
Yeah,
know?
because them lips get a little harder.
Yeah, as they get older, they,
Mhm.
yeah, no, we're
Yeah.
not doing that.
That's right.
I
That's
fight
right.
them 2 to 80.
You
Who?
2 years old to 80 years old.
Two to 80.
You fighting.
I fight them.
You sound like Buddy.
Take all them kids. Take kids
That's
2 to 80.
But that's not right though.
Hey.
We don't fight 2-year-olds
Some-
or 80-year-olds.
Why you don't? Sometimes not being right gets your point across.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, hey.
We do not condone violence.
It could save a life. You know what I mean? Butt whoopings saved my life from me
Well,
being in
it's-
crazy situations. Yeah.
Well, it's so. 'Cause, look, my brother got enough butt whoopings for me that I didn't even.
You probably set them up.
What?
You probably had something to do with it.
Nothing had nothing to do with it. Had absolutely.
We need
nothing.
Dan up here. We need to ask him.
Lord have mercy. If I could get my brother on this show, oh my goodness, it'd definitely be snowing in June or July if my brother come on my show. He's no, I'm not gonna do it. He's like, Mama. When I asked Mama to come up here for Mother's Day, she was like, no, ma'am. But
You
it's
know
all
better.
good.
She know better.
Yeah, it's all good. But is there anything else you want to say to the people? You want to encourage them? I do see that you are about to go on tour with Girl Talk. Are you excited about that?
Yeah. When she reached out, I was like, oh, okay. And then when she reached out, she came back with a flyer probably like a day later. I was like, whoa, okay, this is for real.
This is for real, yes.
So yeah, I'm interested to see, what it's about. I think I know 2 of the other 3 people on the panel.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be exciting, something fun, something different. I mean, people just so I'm not know that I'm not one dimensional. So it's good to do stuff that people would never think you do.
Exactly. So, yes, I think that's gonna be great. So you guys, I hope I can say this. Shout out to Dakia on her Girl Talk show. That's gonna be coming out soon. And Chuck is gonna be one of the people on the panel. So you guys make sure y'all tune in to that too. Anything else?
I think I'm good.
You think you're good?
I think I'm good.
Make sure y'all check out me and Chuck, DJ Shay and DJ Chuck on the 1s and 2s.
Disregard that last comment.
Absolutely not. Chuck is going to teach me how to do what do you call this right here?
Yeah, I mean, it's mixing, scratching.
Oh, mixing. Yeah, that's what it is. And scratching. I want to learn how to do that with some gospel music.
Yeah. No.
Have you tried it though?
I've done some gospel events before.
Oh, you
I have.
have? Okay.
Don't get no ideas.
Yeah.
No.
It's a perfect idea.
No.
I got my wheels is turning right now.
Let them stop. You need some new brakes.
Oh my goodness, no, no. I'm finally headed in the right direction, and everything is working perfectly. No new brakes.
No new brakes.
No.
You gonna turn into a Flintstone.
Hey, if I keep moving, as long as it's gonna help me keep moving, what you think?
Hey, why not?
Why not?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And DJ Shay and DJ Chuck on the 1s and 2s, mixing it up. You gonna be able to catch us at the Cigar Lounge.
Cap.
Cap.
How them young folks say cap.
But now y'all make sure y'all check out DJ Chuck. He is an awesome guy, awesome friend. And still check him out with the IT stuff too. I get
Yeah.
on his nerves about my laptop and what I got going on. I'm sending all kinds of pictures. Don't know what none of this stuff look like. I'm just flooding his inbox like, Chuck,
Because she refused to call me. She don't want to take my number. She refused to call me. So we go through Facebook Messenger to communicate. Been like this for like 8 years.
yeah. It's it because you know why? I know you read my message. So I'm gonna need you to figure out what this picture look like and help me fix my laptop. Pronto.
Touche.
I've been getting on Chuck nerves for about 8 years. So thank God he is still here, still putting up with my mess. You know how we do. We still rolling with Adult Summit. But right now we are babying, cutting through the red tape, and I'm absolutely loving it. And so, yeah, we thank you guys for watching. Make sure y'all tune in to our next episode. Peace.